Yeah, I know what you've been wondering. Is this even possible? I started a challenge 3 months ago that I couldn't finish, so instead I made my friend Madeline and her family finish it. But there was one problem. I basically gave her no direction at all, so she completely winged it. But what could go wrong? The airport! This is Madeline's mom, Emily. She's kind and super sweet. She's the mom that everyone wants to have. She's gonna be an important character in our story, but I'll get back to that later. Last night, she called the airport asking if they could bring the pizza with dry ice, but with no clear answer, the real test came when they got in line at TSA.
And the pizza got pulled. Hopefully we make it through.
Is it true that you can bring a pizza through TSA? I, myself, have brought Domino's pizza through TSA. The question here is the dry ice.
We made it through TSA! Good thing we did our research. The pizza is on its way to Italy. Hopefully, Pope Leo will now have the pizza in his hands, and it will have stayed frozen the whole time.
I couldn't believe it, but Madeline was one step closer to delivering the pizza to the Pope. What? On day one of her trip, Madeline spent a lot of her time at the Jubilee of Digital Missionaries, and based off the footage she sent me, it looked like she had an amazing time.
Smells like pizza in here.
So come on, let's go. Oh my gosh. Oh.
And you wouldn't believe this, but at the end of one of the sessions, she met a very familiar voice in the Catholic world.
Okay, I have to give like A++ to this effort to get this pizza to Pope Leo. I think it's pretty dang special, and I just have to say, yeah, great idea. And I think it'll get him excited, but I think there's a flaw in the plan. I think the Swiss Guard, they're gonna intercept it.
He was right, because later in the video, that would be Madeline's biggest challenge yet.
That's my fear too. But Jaden has hope. I don't know.
Maybe you could have a little sign on it that says, "This is not a bomb."
Hey, yo.
It could say, like, "This is really a frozen pizza." Like, I came, yeah. If you have, like, a little sign that says, "This has been on dry ice, and we took it across the Atlantic Ocean," because it might be like, could be like a bomb threat or something.
I mean, to be fair, he had some good points, but I'm not gonna bomb the Pope. I'm just kidding. Not about the bomb part, though. I mean, there's no bomb in the pizza box. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking. And that was the end of day one. Day two started off great. Madeline and her family woke up bright and early. They walked through the Jubilee doors and made it to Mass. And at the end of Mass, guess who made a guest appearance? The freaking Pope. This literally could be the moment that Madeline delivers the pizza. He was right there. But there was one problem.
I don't have the pizza with me, but I have the box. We'll see if he sees the box.
So she just waited in the back, hoping that he would leave the same way that he came in. But that didn't happen. Things were not looking good at this point, because basically her chances of seeing the Pope were slim. A private audience was the best shot of her delivering the pizza, but now she would have to find another way to do it. So at the end of day two, her family had to switch hotels. But during the switch, something happened.
It's a long story.
But before that part of the story, first, let me tell you how much this mom loves her daughter. She went to every extent to make this mission work. She made the signs, packed the dry ice, and reassured Madeline that she didn't have to force anything to happen. That's why in this next scene, we see her devastated, but still believing that the Holy Spirit was guiding the mission.
It's a long story. But we got a new rental today. And I brought the pizza safely from our last rental to the new rental. And we checked in to set our luggage down. And we asked a man who owned the rental if we could set this pizza in the freezer, this pizza for the Pope, and if he would make sure that the cleaning service did not remove the pizza. Then we went to see the Colosseum, some Roman ruins, came back, and lo and behold, there was no pizza in the freezer.
It was gone. There was so much going on and too little time left. If the mission would have ended there, I would have considered it a success. But when it seemed like all was lost, this happened.
Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry. I forgot.
But we found it.
Take because the cleaning lady every time clean the apartment and
Everything
throw away.
goes. So,
But it's important that you have your key.
yes. All right. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Bye.
Take care.
But thank goodness they found the pizza. Gosh. The chances of completing the mission were at an all-time low. The pizza was on its last leg because, you know, that thing's been on a journey. But Madeline had other plans. But hey, God started this idea weeks ago. If it was going to happen, it would be on him. In a last effort attempt to deliver the pizza, Madeline knew that she would have to give Pope Leo the pizza as he made his way through St. Peter's Square. Jesus is worth everything. And I keep on seeing people on YouTube that are doing these like crazy videos that require the same amount of resources, the same amount of effort, the same amount of dedication, but not really is anyone doing it for him. Ultimately, at the end of the day, that's who I want to give worth to. Today's the day. Madeline woke up at 6 a.m. and her family was off to the papal audience. Her mom clutched up and somehow managed to get a spot right along the path of where Pope Leo would be. And she even left a message for me.
Jaden, we're about to complete the Pizza to the Pope challenge in under 28 days.
Oh, and you remember our
I
friend?
think the Swiss Guard, they're going to intercept it.
He was wrong. The Swiss guards were actually helping Madeline. And well, if you made it this far, you know what's about to happen next.
Yes! We love the pizza! Eat pizza!
And it looks like all of our hard work paid off. It just goes to show that God can take the small and silly to reach hearts in ways we'd never imagined. And that's the story of how a group of friends delivered a pizza to the Pope. Thank you so much for watching. Right here, you can watch one of my favorite videos. It's a good one. I'm praying for you. Okay, bye.